Hey, good morning. This is Ray over here at Namrack Farms. I'm just having a ball right now. I'm sitting out here on my bucket, out here with the sheep, hanging out. My good buddy Caesar, CC, Molly, they're all here with me, and the others have gathered around. Wanted to relate with you today a story I've heard about a shepherd long ago. The story goes that this kind and good shepherd. By the way, there went Ladybug, blitzing through the screen. There's a story of a kind and good shepherd who raised a beautiful flock. His sheep were all healthy and doing very well. He was the best shepherd one could ever hope to have. Next to this good shepherd lived a very cruel shepherd. Cruel shepherd hated his sheep. He beat his sheep, was mean to his sheep. His sheep were poorly underfed. They were skinny, bony, very sick with disease, worms, but the cruel shepherd, he could care less. Every day the good shepherd would stand out with his flock, and he would look over at how beautiful they all looked, how healthy they were. But then in his vision he could see right across the fence these sick and dying sheep. And these sheep would sit at the fence and they would stare over at his pastures, wishing and longing that they could be one of his. The good shepherd's heart, it broke. So he went over to see the cruel shepherd and said, "Dear sir, would you mind if I were to buy your sheep from you? I will pay you a very handsome price." The cruel shepherd, he hated the good shepherd. He just hated the fact that his sheep were good. He hated the fact that he was kind to them. So the cruel shepherd thought in his mind, I'll see how much he really wants them. The cruel shepherd looked over at the good shepherd's flock, and he saw the shepherd's favorite of them all. It was a mighty ram, magnificent in its stature, lean and glorious to look upon. The cruel shepherd said, "I tell you what, old man, I'll make you a trade. You give me that ram that you love so much, and I'll give you all my sheep." Thinking there's no way he'll take me up on that. But just to be sure, he said, "If you do give him to me, I'm going to beat him. He's going to suffer. I'll take away his food. I'll make him skin and bones. You trade me, old man, and I'll let you have these sick, poorly sheep. But no, once I get him, I'm going to make his life miserable." The good shepherd looked back at the glorious ram that he had, and he thought to himself, how could I ever keep one when I could save so many? So he looked at the cruel shepherd and said, "I'll take you up on that deal." He traded his glorious ram for those sick and dying sheep. He brought the sick and dying sheep into his flock, and before long they were healthy and they were doing well. And he looked across the fence and he saw his once glorious ram beaten and suffering, starving to death. And he thought to himself, "Oh, how I wish I had you back." But it was a trade I knew had to be made. I had to give up one to save the many. I hope that reminds you of a story of the good shepherd who had a glorious ram in his possession, beauty beyond compare. There was none that could ever rise up and be like that one. And then across the fence stood sick and dying sheep as we. And the cruel old shepherd Satan himself said, "Tell you what, old man, I'll make a trade." What this cruel shepherd did not know is something the good shepherd did. That once the trade was made and the sacrifice was made, one day his glorious ram would return to his flock. He would redeem that one back as well, and he would have them all. The good shepherd gave up his glorious ram for you and for me. Go enjoy the shepherd. I'll see you soon.